Hi, I'm Ken Dolan-Del with Work-Life Confidential, where I provide critical thinking on leadership, parenting, and other important matters regarding human relationships. And today I want to talk about workplace mental health. It's a subject that I've done a lot of work on over the years, and it's very close to the center of the work that I do with organizations and with leaders. And I see that when this topic is discussed, it tends to be the case that there's this 800-pound gorilla that's there in the room that nobody talks about. And what I mean is the subject of leadership and also the related subject of the structure of work. So when we hear about workplace mental health, we often hear about things like the effort to reduce stigma. It's a really important thing. We should be able to mention whatever kind of challenges we have with our health, whether it has to do with an anxiety disorder or something having to do with one of the depressive disorders or any other health condition, diabetes, migraines. All of these things should be able to be mentioned in casual conversation in the workplace without bringing any sort of scorn or derision in our direction. And so that's important. It's also very important that everybody who works in an organization is made aware of the resources that are available, and that there are, in fact, resources available to help us with all of our health conditions, including our mental health conditions. But again, the 800-pound gorilla that's been in the room for a very long time, and it's not getting any smaller, let me tell you, is the fact that many workplaces are actually creating pressures that make it hard for people to be at their best mental health. In fact, there are many workplaces, another way of saying this would be, there are many workplaces that are toxic to mental health. They have so much in terms of productivity expectations, ever enlarging productivity expectations, that it's not really humanly possible for an employee to do their work and also have a life outside work that's rich and full enough to sustain their overall health. Or they are workplaces where leadership is just not very skilled, maybe is not good at helping employees to navigate the challenges that they need to navigate in order to complete their work, in order to fulfill the organization's mission. Maybe they are supervisors who got into their role as supervisor because it was the next leg up if they were going to have a promotion, but they're just a fish out of water when it comes to being a leader. And in too many cases, a leader is actually abusive, misuses his or her power in a way that adds pressure to those who are reporting to them. All of this is what often contributes to a toxic workplace. So if we're going to look at mental health and be honest about it, we're going to try to create workplaces that facilitate, promote mental health instead of erode it. And believe me, every workplace is either helping the people who are engaged in that workplace to be at their optimal health across all the dimensions of health, or that workplace is challenging their health and eroding their health. You, of course, want it to be a workplace where what's happening there is helping people to be at their optimal health. That environment is key to the effort to create a mentally healthy workplace. So it's not just about ending stigma. It's very important that we work on that. It's not just about making sure there's access to care. That's very important too. Also, at the very center of the effort should be the work of making sure that your employees are treated with respect always, that your employees are given workloads that are reasonable, that they're given autonomy enough and flexibility enough to do their work, and that your workplace welcomes people across all the differences that make up who we are as human beings, because people need to feel welcome. All of these things are important. If you like this commentary, if you find it useful, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to my channel. Always a pleasure to hear also your comments and suggestions.